We're going to turn now to the controversy surrounding a billboard ad for breastfeeding mothers here in Times Square. Rebecca Jarvis here with the story. Good morning, Rebecca.
Good morning to you, George. So on my way through Times Square today, I saw ads for watches, a sandwich, and women in their underwear. But 3 days after an ad with a pregnant woman selling lactation cookies went up, the people behind it say they were told to take it down. This digital billboard featuring New York Times bestselling cookbook author Molly Baz was supposed to celebrate breastfeeding moms. But after 3 days, Baz was told the 45-foot ad marketing her so-called lactation cookies for Swell was being taken down.
It's super disheartening and infuriating to me that my kind of first public foray into being a public mother was one that was deemed inappropriate.
Brex, the company that sponsored Swell's billboard, telling ABC News it removed the ad following a message from Clear Channel, which owns the digital billboard, saying the image was flagged for review.
That can mean that people complained. So it means either the channel or the billboard in Times Square receives complaints either from a few very important people or some very vocal people on social media, or it can be a lot of people.
From my perspective, the imagery that we put together was no different from any of the other ads that are in Times Square.
Brex telling ABC News they misinterpreted this message to mean that it had to be removed and communicated this to Swell. They provided a different ad, which was rotated in. Swell telling ABC News they received an email May 9th from Brex that Clear Channel removed the ad because it violates their guidelines for acceptable content, and not that it was being flagged for review, saying Molly and Swell concepted our campaign to infuse fun and strength into this rite of passage. So you can imagine that our team was infuriated to hear the ad was pulled for being unacceptable without any further context.
We wanted a picture that showed a woman that was really empowered in her pregnancy, and so there was a lot of different poses and stances, and the one that we chose is one where I am fully belly out, as I am today, holding these 2 cookies.
Baz says the cookies in the ad are marketed to produce nutrient-dense breast milk for postpartum moms.
There's a bit of a history of, I will say, a double standard that when bodies, specifically breasts, are shown when it comes to selling lingerie, let's say, that's more acceptable. But when it's something having to do with prenatal wellness or postnatal care, nursing, that tends to get flagged, and we see a little bit of backlash.
We're going to keep amplifying this message that women and their pregnant bodies and everything that pregnancy and breastfeeding entails is something to celebrate.
Now, ABC News reached out to Clear Channel for comment, but did not receive a response. And speaking of amplifying a message, guys, this might be the best thing to happen to the brand, because now we're talking about it.
I mean, George was asking some really good questions during the
I had never heard of lactation cookies.
And a lot of women are using them because they want to help their babies and produce the best milk they can.
Wow. Right. And now they're on GMA. Okay. Thank you, Rebecca, as always.